Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Raihan, and now you're listening to Codevcast. Okay, so what's up everyone? I hope all of you are doing well. Since the pandemic, everything is going online, like school, work, meetup, and the workshop, and also including the conference is going online. And we hope someday it's back to normal as usual. Amen. First thing I want to say thank you to all listeners. Codevcast reached 4,000 listeners. Ooh, I didn't expect that. So in order to make the Codevcast get better, I've been planning something for this project. So I hope this project can inspire, motivate, help people who wants to learn programming or to start his career in IT field. It also could be for developers who want to get more insight or knowledge in technology from other developers. And speaking of technology, today we're going to learn about a future technology with special guests from Pakistan. So, are you ready to learn? Let's listen together. It's time to take talk. Okay, everyone, welcome back. So, we have a special guest from Pakistan. I'm a little searching about him. He's really excited to share about the data science, and we're gonna talk about data science. I think so. Maybe you can introduce.
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast, Rehan. I'm really honored to
Okay.
be here. My name is Saeed Ahmad. I belong to Pakistan and I am a senior software engineer at Zepcom here in Karachi. So I have been working for a long time on mobile and web applications and also some data science stuff as well. So my curiosity about the data science grew around in 2018, you can say, and I did a complete course from there from the data camp, which included 25 courses related to NLP, data analytics, and other stuff related to data science. So I completed that roadmap, and after that, I have worked on my personal projects as well. And nowadays, I'm working as a machine learning engineer with the OnDena. OnDena is an online collaborative platform where we solve real world problems using the power of AI and ML. We are working on problems related to the climate change, child trafficking, immigration, and other things, and using data science and AI and ML to get insights about these pressing problems of the world. So that's what I am up to now.
Okay, that's awesome. I said we're gonna talk this the science stuff in April, but I'm sorry I can't make it in that time. So like this pandemic and yeah, busy this here. So how about the condition there, the pandemic? How the situation?
Well, overall, as you know, COVID has changed a lot of things throughout the world, and it's same here in Pakistan. So there are a lot of people that lost their jobs in the beginning, but I think things are quite stabilizing, and like people are getting back to their jobs and normal lives, you can say. And the condition here is comparatively stable to other countries. So I think things will improve, but it will take time, you know. So hopefully we will soon overcome these challenges, and we will continue to work as we used to do.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's same like in here in Indonesia, like the COVID is getting worse.
Mhm.
Okay, so back to our topic. So what exactly is data science? I mean, maybe probably the listener out there haven't know about the data science. I mean, why we should learn about data science. I mean, how worth it is it? So maybe you can explain to us.
Yes. So, Rehan, first of all, as you know, and every software engineer knows that in our daily work and as we study, like if someone has studied software engineering, computer science, or something related to that in the university as well. So, as software engineers, we are used to work with the data, right? We read
Right.
data structures and algorithms. We work with the data in our web applications. We work with the data in mobile applications. So it's really important to know the nature of data and everything related to data. And we are used to do with the data as a software engineer. So it's usual for us to work related to that, or maybe you can say our work depends on the data. So uh, the problem is that uh, the term data science is comprised of two terms. Actually, you can say first part of the term data science is the data, and second one is the science. So data science is actually the field in which you study and try to understand the behavior of data, the nature of data, the insights that you can dig out from the data, or maybe you can say you can mine the data and gain some important statistics out of that, or some important figures out of that. So this thing is actually called data science. And let me tell you that this field is not new. It has been around for a long time. So it was before the term data science was coined, it was called data mining, data analytics, or maybe a mixture of data engineering and data analytics, you can say. So this thing has been around for the years. But recently, what happened is that the people in the community coined a new term for that by the name of data science. So that is why, and you know, in the past 10 years, you can say uh, the computing power uh, has been improved. You can say, like before that,
Yeah.
people used to have slow machines, slow computers, or something like that. So we got a lot of faster processors, and they're actually in the possession of everyone. So nowadays, if you have a laptop that works really fast, comparatively, if you say 20 years ago, our laptops, our PCs were really slow. So this is the important thing that we that's contributing to the evolution of data science, or maybe you can say acceptance of the data science to a wider community and appeal of data science to a wider community. That's why everyone is nowadays like interested in learning data science, or maybe everyone can implement data science easily compared to the 20 years ago time, you can say.
So yeah, actually, basically, we are working with data right now, right?
Mhm.
Every aspect of this world is full of data.
Exactly.
So what the person up doing the data science? What is the person called?
A person who is doing data science is called data scientist. And
Okay.
actually, we need some of the basic skills for that. You can say some languages that are often used in the data science, like R, like Python. Okay. And we also need to be good at some libraries of Python, you can say, like NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow. So these are the libraries that we need to be good at if we want to become a data scientist and we want to start doing data science.
Yeah. So and the machine learning. There is some machine learning.
Yes, actually, the basic difference between data science and machine learning is that when you are doing data science, so you are actually working on exploring the data, or maybe digging insights out of that data, or maybe getting statistics out of that data, or maybe you can say getting facts and figures out of that data, right? This thing is
Right.
called data science. And there is another thing called machine learning. Machine learning is the field in which we actually use data. to predict something. So we use maybe if we are predicting some numbers, then we call it regression analysis. And if we are predicting some classes, like if I want to distinguish between two images, that whether it's image of a cat or dog, then it's called classification. So these are the two main branches in the machine learning, you can say. So machine learning is more about the prediction stuff, and data science is more about getting insights out of the data. So this is the basic difference between data science and machine learning, and both are parts of a wider uh, field, you can say, and this field is called AI, artificial intelligence in general.
So the data science and machine learning actually they are related, right?
Yes, quite related. Like you can say, if you want to be a data scientist, you may need to know some of the machine learning algorithms as well. And if you want to be a machine learning engineers, you may need to know some of the data engineering, data analytics, and maybe data science stuff, or maybe you need to know some of the Python, some of the libraries that are
Yeah.
commonly used, because the work in every company depends on the tech stack they are using, or maybe the nature of work they are doing. So the roles might overlap somewhere, or somewhere they are not interrelated as well. Like mostly when you talk about big companies like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, so they do have separate roles for machine learning engineers, data scientists, data analysts, data engineers, or maybe you can say anyone in the data related field. But if you are like working for a startup or maybe a smaller company, then these roles might overlap, and you might be needed to know some of the other stuff as well.
Okay. Okay. So let's say I want to start my path as a data scientist.
Mhm.
I mean, how do I start, man? You can tell about it to us.
Yes. So, Rehan, first of all, you need to learn Python or some other language like R, because now, first of all, the question arises that why do we learn Python or R language, right? So,
Right.
the reason is that we do have a lot of, you can say, scientific libraries in Python that make it easier for us to do data analysis, right? We don't have that much libraries in JavaScript, in Golang, or maybe in other languages, right? So R language and Python, they have a lot of libraries that are that make it really easier for you to do some statistical analysis or something like that. And statistical analysis and probability, these are the things on which the foundations of AI, data science, and machine learning stand, right? So first of all, you need to learn data for becoming a data science engineer, or maybe becoming a machine learning engineer. You need to know Python or some other language, maybe it is R, or some other language that might help you in data science, data analysis, or related stuff, right? After that, you need to be good at some of the libraries that these languages offer. Like I mostly work with Python, so I use NumPy a lot, like NumPy for uh, manipulating numbers or playing with the numbers or doing some numerical calculations, you can say. And then I use pandas a lot to play with the data sets, to play with, you can say, the data sets that involve more than numbers, right? Strings, other data types, or something like that. Okay. So first of all, these are the two libraries that you want to like. You need to be good at if you are starting with Python, and then after that, you need to have some real world projects in your bag. Like you can go to Kaggle, or maybe you can go to the Omdena, as I mentioned before that I'm working with them on a project related to climate change. So you can work with them on the open source projects or something like that. So there are a lot of talented people out there who work in groups with them, so you can participate with them. So this the third step is really necessary to get you some real world or you can say hands-on experience, so that if you go to the interview for a company, you don't only know the theoretical stuff, but you also have some of the real world skills in your bag, right? So these are the three steps that I think are necessary for a person or newbie or a beginner to get started with data science or machine learning stuff.
Okay, okay, okay. So first, we should learn about the language of the for the data science first, right? Like there are Python, R language,
Mhm.
and SQL can be related to data
Yes,
science, right?
exactly. Yes.
Okay. Uh, so after we let's say after we have learned about that, I mean,
Mhm.
what next is our step to more advance in data science? Maybe we can join to some project about data science, or we can create the project for data science. So maybe what's the next after that?
Yes, exactly. As I told you before that nowadays I'm working with Omdena, which is an online platform. What we do is that we work on a lot of data sets related to child trafficking, related to the climate change or something like that, and we get insights out of those data sets, right? So, and there is another platform, it's quite popular, it's known as Kaggle. So Kaggle has a lot of data sets available online, and what you can do is that you can participate in the challenges there, and then they at the end of the challenge they will assign you a position on the leaderboard, like how much you did good in that particular challenge. So like there are, and also there are a lot of open source repositories out there that have a lot of data sets related to the like anything. Maybe it's related to housing, maybe it's related to something else, anything that like most of the people that nowadays they come to the data science field, they are from unrelated fields like biomedical engineering or maybe biochemicals or something like that. So what they do is that they work on the data sets relevant to their field. So maybe someone who is from biochemical background, he can work on a biochemical data set or something like that and get insights out of that, and then share it on their LinkedIn, or maybe upload it to their GitHub, or maybe make a notebook out of that and tell some of the useful insights out of that particular data set to the world. So the third step is related more to the practical work rather than the theoretical work. So what you need to do is that you need to do some real world projects. Some you need to have some real world stuff in your bag, so that when you go for an interview, you not only have some theoretical language, theoretical concepts in your mind, but you also have some real world experience in your bag, so that the companies can hire you and maybe ultimately they will assign you. And but I say that at the end of the day, it's the job experience that in which you progress a lot. Like you go from a junior data scientist to someone who's in the middle of their career and then go to a senior data scientist position. But it's the projects that get help you get a job.
Exactly. Basically, as a software developer, also we must creating something for our portfolio, right?
Yes, exactly.
Because the company will be hire us if we have something to show up, like the project that we have created,
Exactly.
like you can put on the GitHub or something.
Mhm.
Okay. So maybe you had some the best resource for learn the data science. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
Like I have tried DataCam. Is it? I think that's a good stop in datacam.com.
Mhm.
So where do you usually learn about data science?
Mhm. So, Rehan, as I told you before that I started with the data camp. So I completed their data scientist with Python track, which had 25 courses back in 2018. So I got a lot of knowledge from that course. I still use the knowledge gained from there in my projects. But overall, I think that there are so many free resources out there that you don't need to go to something that's actually someone that's actually charging a fee to you. So, as I told you before, that it's the pathway to become a data scientist is like getting better at Python or R language, and then getting better at their libraries, and then doing some practical stuff like some project or something like that. So I think that if you want to be a good data scientist, then what you can do is that you can make a timetable for yourself and like give you yourself a timeline of maybe 3 months or maybe 4 months, and then make a daily routine for yourself to go through these topics in detail, like Python, if you are taking the Python track. So I'm speaking a lot about Python because I'm comfortable with that. So if someone is using some other language, they can look out for the similar libraries in that language as well. So you need to be good at Python. So you can start with the Python language. Then you can do practice in some NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn for the prediction related stuff. And then you can ultimately, if you do these 3 to 4 things, then you will be like, if you do this, you'll be ultimately good enough to work on a real world data set and get insights out of that. So I think if you do these 4 things, then you can start with any project and you can start working on that. And ultimately, I think it's the real world stuff, or maybe real world data set that from which you can learn a lot. You can't learn just by learning Python or maybe learning pandas, numpy, something like that. At the end of the day, it's the real world project from where you will gain exposure to the real world problems or maybe the real world things that data scientists encounter a lot in their daily work. So this is the actual thing that companies want out from you. So I think if you do some projects, you'll be good enough to and prepared to apply for any company as a professional data scientist.
That's why the data scientist is such high demand, right?
Yes, exactly. And there's a lot of like shortage of good data scientists, you can say, as well. So it also creates a chance for the people who are actually hardworking, or maybe who are committed, or maybe who are passionate about data science, to like jump into this field and get good experience of the real world projects. And then like there's a lot of demand for the people who are good at their work actually in the data science field as well. So if you are good data science, if you are a good data scientist, ultimately you will get a good job.
Yeah. So maybe you can give a example like which company that already embraced the data science like and machine learning. Maybe listener have a know about that.
Yes, actually, Rehan, let me tell you an interesting thing about the data science and machine learning stuff. So recently, Facebook, Google, Amazon, and every big company like Salesforce that's actually working on some data science and machine learning stuff, they do have their blogs, they do have their YouTube channels. So they have like it's a really good thing that they have outsourced their whole material for the aspiring data scientists or machine learning engineers to read stuff. So I also saw a YouTube channel from the Amazon. So they open source their internal machine learning material that they use to train their machine learning engineers on. So I think it's a really good opportunity for everyone who wants to uh, dive into the field of data science, or maybe is an aspiring data scientist, to start with those resources that are shared by the world class companies that are actually on the you can say on the foot front of the analytics, AI, machine learning, or data science. Like there is a complete curriculum by the Google that's totally free for the machine learning engineers. It has everything in detail that you need to become a data science or machine learning engineer, and it's totally free. There is a whole YouTube channel by the Amazon there is a whole video series by the Facebook. So these are the companies that are actually working on high level data science stuff. So I think the best resource to learn is from those companies. You can just go to those resources, or maybe just search them out and then just make a timetable and start learning that stuff. So I think there is nothing better than those resources for you.
Yeah, exactly. There are Facebook, Google, also Netflix, like that.
Yes, exactly. I saw the Grabs Medium blog. I saw. I guess they also do have a YouTube channel. So, like, there are a lot of things that you can also learn from the regional players. Like Kareem has a really good engineering blog where you can see the best practices of the data science, what they are using at their like massive scale machine learning platforms, or maybe you can say data science platform, what they're using in production, what are the good practices that their engineers follow, what are the good things that their data scientists have figured out after doing a lot of research on that. So I think everything is open source, and you just need to uh, read the things.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, every year I think it will be get more hype. The science will be more hype, I think.
Yes, exactly. I think data science is a really overhyped field these days, you can say, but it's a really safe career to pursue because there is a lot of demand. And nowadays, every company is moving to the cloud, so they are transferring their data from the traditional databases, you can say, to the cloud. So there is a lot of things that are like they have to come up with, and they do need a lot of good data scientists to work on the data stuff that they are moving to cloud, or maybe more scalable machines, you can say, or more scalable platforms, you can say. So yes, they do need a lot of good data scientists, machine learning engineers to work on the stuff. So I think there is a really good demand for the good data scientists out there, machine learning engineers who are good at their work. So and this demand will grow as more and more companies like they're joining this data science bandwagon, you can say, or machine learning bandwagon, or the AI revolution. So as this thing is like starting to grow, so I think yes, the demand for good data scientists will increase ultimately.
Yeah, I'm really I'm really amazed about data science these days. Like, can helps people to get better at their job, and then it can be. And also, I have read about the article. It also can help solving the murder case, and there's so many aspects that could help with the data science.
Yes, exactly. Rehan, as I told you that I'm working with a company Omnina. So they have like when I saw their profile, they had a lot of interesting projects in their bag. Like some days ago, they worked on a problem that was related to finding the potential of solar power in Kenya. So they were actually like getting the snapshots of the maps, and then they were finding the rooftops that can be used potentially for generating solar power and ultimately solving the power shortages in Africa. And also they also worked on a problem related to the allocation of waste food. So there are a lot of things, there is a lot of potential, not only in terms of business, or maybe in terms of getting a job, or maybe you can say in terms of something uh, related to robots or something like that, but it can also help us solve some of the pressing problems of the modern world, like the transportation in the cities or something like that. So I think that there is a really great potential in the data science to not only uh, uh, career wise, but also finding the solution of the modern problems that we are
Yeah.
facing. So yes,
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
yes.
So, so do you have tips for people that want to learn? people out there that our listener want to learn about the data science. Uh, what is exactly the most hard or the most difficult to learn about the science? What's your tips?
Well, actually, I think that there is nothing that's difficult to learn. Actually, if you are passionate about something, so it's really easy for you to jump into any field. And these days, we are seeing a lot of self-taught engineers, software engineers, mobile application developers, or something like that that don't have college degrees or university degrees, or they don't have a traditional computer science background. So yes, you can even become a data scientist and machine learning engineer as well by online sources. But the thing where I see that the main problem with the someone who's just starting with the data science is that uh, like first of all there is a hurdle of understanding of programming language if they don't have a computer science background, or if they are not a software engineer, or maybe they don't have a background in the programming languages. So that's the main hurdle. And after that, if you are like, if you have learned Python and after that you want to learn some library related to the numerical analysis like NumPy, or maybe you want to do some data analysis using pandas. So for NumPy, you need to understand a bit of statistics. You can say like, if you are finding mean uh, of the numbers using NumPy, so you should understand that what does mean actually mean, right? What does median actually mean? What does mode actually mean? And what does like uh, other, there are hundreds of terms related to the statistics. So what do they mean actually? So like there are a lot of things like they are not that much advanced things you can say, but they are just basic things in the statistics and linear algebra, mathematics, algebra that you have might have even studied at your high school, you can say, or school. You need to recall those concepts. So this is the step after programming that's a bit difficult, because if you want to become a full stack developer, you don't need to be good at maths that much comparatively if you want to become a data scientist, right? So if you want to become a data scientist, there are two hurdles for you. One is the programming. So if you are already know a programming language, or maybe if you are a software engineer, maybe self-taught, or have a computer science background, that will not be a problem for you. And secondly, doing some like mathematical analysis or something like that, you need to have a basic understanding of the mathematical concepts, statistical concepts, and something like that. And that's it. If you do these two things, you are good to go. Like you can become a really good data scientist.
Wow. Okay. Agree about that. So actually, the main is we just need to get it. I mean, just do it. Just learn it. Just start learning.
Yes, exactly. I think there is nothing in the world that's impossible. It was never, and it will never be. So, especially nowadays, it's an open platform for everyone. There are hundreds of tutorials on the YouTube, on the Udemy. There are a lot of paid tutorials, paid courses as well. There are a lot of open source resources, free resources as well. So whatever suits for you, make a timetable for yourself and just to start learning, just to start doing things, and things will be easier for me. Believe me, it's really easy. It's nothing that much difficult.
Yes, exactly. Phew. Okay, time flies. This is really great, but actually that's it, everyone. That's a wrap. So maybe we can do in another episode, right? Said.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so the conclusion is first, if we want to switching career to data science, we have to learn about the the language for the data science like Python, R, and then the best resource you can learn from the big company and turn to the project. like, or you can learn from the datacam.com or anything like what Saeed Ahmad is told earlier, and then just just do it, just start it,
Yeah,
just
that's what I
learning.
can say. That just start doing it. Like uh, there are hundreds of things online. There are hundreds of people online whom you can reach out for help or maybe any guidance or something like that. If you are stuck somewhere, just go to them and ask them questions. They'll be happy to guide you. Even you can reach out to me as well. So on my LinkedIn, so we can share it in the along with this podcast, this recording. So I think you can get it and just start learning things. It's really easy.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much, Rehan. Take care.
So that's it for today. Thanks for listening. See you in the next episode. I'm Raihan. Have a good day. Hope you're doing well. Stay healthy and so. Bye bye. Peace.
Dum 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 dum.